Well, hello friends. Today we are going to work on some GUI stuff. I have a couple of annoyances that I've been meaning to take care of for a while. And the first one is about combo boxes. These guys here that pop up a list of options, right? The issue with them is that if you activate another window, the illusion totally breaks. And you can see that this thing here is actually a detached window that is just positioned above the display settings window here, but it's its own thing, and we are not smart enough to realize that this thing and this thing belong together. So we need to do something about that. And then the other issue is that if we bring up, I don't know, like a little input box like this, we have kind of a similar, or not similar, but like a related issue, I guess, that if I click on the file manager window now, it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't activate this thing. So it doesn't understand that they belong together. I have to click on this thing for something to happen. And I would like it if I click on this guy right here, that it would actually activate this thing. And then there's, I suppose, sort of yet another related issue that maybe we can fix at the same time, which is that, so if I bring up this message box here, and I click on this in the taskbar, it actually makes the file manager window look as if it is activated, even though it is not activated. Now I have two active windows down here. This is not the way it's supposed to be. So that's something I would like to fix. And also, I feel like the fact that you can minimize a modal window is a bit weird, because like I minimized this thing and now this thing is up, but I can't interact with it really other than moving it around. So a bunch of window annoyances essentially. And what I would like to do here is I would like to introduce a way to say this window is a child of that window. And then what would happen is that whenever you interact with the parent and you have a modal child up, then we would just say, well, you touched this parent, but I'm just going to give you the child, more or less. And likewise, when the situation with a combo box, for example, like, and you activate another window, then we would just sort of bundle the parent and child together as one unit somehow in the window stack, rather than being able to sort of wedge something in between them. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, but I figure if we just start somewhere and then we'll just work our way to the solution. So first thing we'll need is in the API some way to specify that, hey, this window that I'm creating is a child of this other thing. So let's start in the ComboBox. So the way the ComboBox widget works is that it is a GUI widget, but internally it has other widgets. So it has a text box, and then a button, which is the little down arrow button, and then it has a list window that gets sort of spawned when you click on the open button, and then that window has a list view inside of it. So this is that window that we were wedging ourselves in between. So let's see, where do we do this? I guess wherever we set everything up. Open button, on click. Yeah, so this is the logic for opening the window. So if list window is visible, then we close it, otherwise we open it. Right. So let's see what open says. Wait, where do we actually create the window? Oh, here. Okay, so there's a fix me here saying that, like, oh, this is a tooltip window, which is definitely a lie, because it's not a tooltip. It's just tooltip happens to be a window type that has no border, so that's what we're looking for here. I think we can ignore that part right now, but we do want to say that this window has a parent window, and the parent window is whatever window the ComboBox is in. So how does that work? I guess when we add the window like this, then we're essentially already saying this window's, the parent of this window is the ComboBox. So maybe when a window has a widget parent, then that window should automatically make itself a child of the window containing its parent widget. So the window containing the ComboBox would implicitly become the parent window of the list window. That seems kind of sensible. But what about the message box or the input box case? Let's just go look at how that was like. In that case, we are a dialog. And then we have, we have explicitly specified a parent window. So in these cases, the dialog, the input box has as its parent directly a window. Okay, so the parent of a dialog, it's just a window, and the window is a core object, and the core object can have any arbitrary other core object as its parent. Okay, so this means that we will look at the parent chain, and we'll find the nearest ancestor in the parent chain of a window that is also a window. And if we find something, that will become the parent window. Okay, that makes sense. So, in the window class, where we do, is it show? Yes. So when we call window show, that's when we actually talk to the Windows server and we send a message saying create window. So now we want to pass along possibly a parent window ID. So the way that we'll do that is that we will find the parent window. Parent window is find parent window. And then we'll say, wait, what type is window ID? It's an int. All right. Parent window ID, or actually, let's just do it this way. Parent window, if so, window ID, otherwise no parent window. Okay, and then find parent window. It's going to, how's that going to work? I guess, no, for auto ancestor is parent, ancestor is ancestor.parent. If ancestor is window, return ancestor static casted to window. Okay, that's pretty sane. And then let's just add this little helper here somewhere. That's pretty good. Okay. And then we got to make sure we update this API in the IPC definitions. So create window gains another parameter here, which is the i32 parent window ID. Right. Now I was thinking we should have -1 for invalid, but I think 0 is fine as well. So what is the default? Yeah, 0. So 0 is a good enough default. Okay. And then in the Windows Server client connection class, create window. So in create window, on the Windows Server side, we I guess we will just check here. If message has a parent window ID, then parent window is window manager. Wait, how do we look up windows? Windows. How do we find windows? Window ID. They are all in M windows. Okay, that's easy enough. M windows get message parent window ID value or null putter. Okay, so let's just recompile the IPC definition so that we can see these objects correctly. We can't use get here. Oh, we have to use find. Oh, that's inconvenient. Let's add a helper. Window. Window by from ID. And then it is Windows find window ID. If it is not Windows and return. Let's do it this way. Oopsie doopsie. Return it value. Yes, that is very convenient to have, so let's add that here. Because then we can just do window from ID. I don't know why we didn't have that before. That's so weird. Okay, so if no parent window, I would say that's a misbehave. If you try to parent a window to, if you try to add a new window that's the child of a window that doesn't exist, create window with bad parent window ID. Yeah, that's a straight misbehave. And then, since we do have the parent window, we can say window set parent. Set parent window, parent window. Yes. Okay, and then what will that do? Well, I don't know. Let's figure it out. So currently, Windows already have like a core object parent, which is going to be either the client connection or some Windows Server internal owner. So we're not going to make the parent window the core object parent, but rather we're just going to stash it in a separate thing here. I think we'll have a weak putter to the parent window. Parent window. And we need weak putter. Okay, and then we'll add a getter for that. So parent window and a const version as well. Okay, so now Windows have a parent. What are they going to do with that? So if we click on a parent, if we click on the parent, we don't know who his children are. So we got to do something about that in set parent window, I think. So it'll be something like, let's do it this way for now, because we don't bother with the like unparenting scenario. Because we use a weak putter, so if the parent is destroyed before the child is destroyed for whatever reason, then this will just become null magically anyway. So we're not gonna allow you to set parent window null. So we'll just have to star here, but it's okay, we already null checked it. Okay, so this needs to be implemented. So what does this API actually do? Well, mParent window is going to become window make weak putter. That's step one. I guess we'll assert that you didn't already have a parent because that's unexpected. And then we should probably tell the parent window, like, hey dude, parent, hey dude, you have a new child. So parent window, child. Oh, but not like this. This is the core object, add child. So add child window, let's say, so that they know about each other. Okay. Window, add child window, window, child window. Okay, child windows, append child window. I think we'll use a weak pointer for that too. I'm feeling a little bit paranoid here about like destruction order, so we're going to use weak pointers for all of this. So the parent is here. We'll just make a vector of weak putter to window, child windows here. All right, and then, oh right, we need the add child API as well. Child window, window, make that private. All right. Now, what can we do with this? I guess we could... Okay, so let's look at the scenario that we had with the ComboBox. So what happens is, let me just see if we can build this, but let's look at the situation here. So we do this, and then we do this. So I think the reason that it's on top of everything else is because it is a tooltip window. So that's probably putting it at a higher up layer. So we don't really want that. We just want it to be like borderless, basically. And then we want it to be we want it to be just above this guy, but we also want him to move together with this guy. So we want him to move together somehow. I guess that makes sense. So that like if I do that here, like this, if I were to drag this window around like this, it would bring this thing with us. That would look kind of neat, I think. Because now the fact that you can move them independently is kind of strange. Okay. So when we move a parent, we need to bring all the children with us. Maybe that's the first thing we should do. So let's see, window, CPP, wrong file, set rect. I guess not necessarily in set rect, but wherever we do a window move, window manager, move, process ongoing window move, right? Blah, 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 blah. Where did we actually move the window? Move, move, move. Move window. Move to. Okay. Move window. Set position without repaint. So this is the maximized case. What does move to do? Calls move to, which calls set rect. Maybe we should just go and set rect actually. And then we can just compute a delta from the old rect to the new rect. So if old, we'll do it here. If old rect size is the same as the new rect size, then the, let's see, graphics point delta is the new location minus the old rect location. And then we want to iterate through all of the children. Child windows. So if child window, since these are weak pointers, if we have one, then we will move. Really what we want to do is a move by delta. Okay. And then let's invent that API. So we have move to, but what if we also had move by? Move to low. Wait, do we have position translated delta? Cool. That's nice and expressive. And then I'm kind of hoping that we can do the rest of this hacking in the Windows server now that everything is hopefully set up with the right parent window ID stuff. But we'll see. I feel like I'm painting with kind of a broad brush here, like intercepting any Windows set rect. But if you do a Windows set rect and you do have children, then maybe that's okay. Okay. Well, this didn't do anything. So let's see if we are even using the parent window ID thing. Let's say constructing window with parent window ID. Okay, and then the combo box. The window is a child of a widget. Right, oh wait, hold on. The window is a child of a widget, but that widget might not have a window parent. I'm forgetting about that little detail. So let's see, in libgui window, find parent window. So just because we walk the ancestor chain, it might not mean that we find a parent. I think we should actually, but now that I say that, let's look at the widgetry of the display settings app. We can just inspect it with the inspector anyway, so why make this complicated? Inspector on the display settings. All right, so window has a widget, has a widget, has a widget, has a ComboBox. You can see it framed here, very nice. he has a window inside of him and a list view. So this guy, if we pretend that we are find parent window, then we will check first this core object parent, then this core object parent, then this one, then this one, then this one. And this one should be a window. And we will return that. So if we just compile this, we should see it sending the parent window ID correctly. So let's see if we see that. Let me just boop. Yes, look at that. We have parent window ID 1982. So that's good. So that part is working. Then set parent window is presumably doing all of this, but let's make sure that we call it correctly. So parent window ID should be true. Will this succeed? If it's end, then we won't. Blah, 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 blah. So let's see what we do here. I mean, we're probably not here, actually. So we can call, look in here. Okay. Set parent window. I just want to see some confirmation that things are the way I think they are. Clickety-clack. Set parent window display settings. Okay, so that's great. So why are you not moving with me then? That means that we are calling @child window this on the display settings window. And then in set rect, old rect is mrect. Let's see. Delta. Move child. I don't know, child window. By delta, the delta. This thing does not care. All right. Wait, why don't I see delta all the time here? This is weird. Okay, what about if I do this? Wait, what? See, I was expecting a lot more setRect action. Maybe it's all setRect without repaint. Oh yeah, it's probably this. Because when you're moving a window, we don't need to repaint it. So we're probably in here. Let's move this out of line though. SetRect. Clickety clackety. Alright, well, it's been a while since I've been working on Windows Server properly, so we are refamiliarizing ourselves a little bit here. We'll do the same logic in setRect without repaint, which it makes sense that this is the one you end up in when we're doing window moving. There's no need to repaint a window that just moves around, because windows don't actually learn that they're moving around, because there's no reason for them to know that, right? The only thing they actually do find out about is if you resize them. So that's why it's like that. Display settings, clickety clack. All right. Ooh, look at that. we move together like, I don't know, like what? Like butter on bread? That's pretty good, but this thing is still there. But now at least my children will come with me. That's cool. So let's see how that looks in File Manager. My children come with me. Very good. Oh, what happens if you do some wonky stuff like clickety-clack? Well, this is not my fault. This is not regressing right now. This is just a scenario that we have not considered. But maybe we shouldn't let you like initiate window tiling like this because it gets really weird. It's kind of strange in general that you can drag around a window that is blocked by a modal child like this, but it makes some sense. I have mixed feelings. Anyway, I do like this effect, and I care less about it in File Manager than I do for the ComboBox. The ComboBox is the important use case here, because this is clearly better than the ComboBox list staying put. Okay, so let's commit this. So we'll just say auto delta. This is a git add p. First thing I want to do is I just want to pass the parent-child window relationship over from the GUI app to the Windows Server side. So that's what we'll do first. And then we'll do the implicit movement thing after that. No, yes, yes, no, yes. Oh shit, that one was not supposed to be in. Yes, this. How do you go reverse the thing I just did? Dang it. Window.cpp window h move by. Okay, and then we put it back, and then what do we have cached? Okay, that's looking good, and then we just add the rest of this stuff right here. libgui plus Windows Server. Inform Windows Server about parent-child windows. If a window has another window in its core object ancestor chain, we now communicate that relationship to Windows Server so that it can act a bit differently for parent-child. So they can act more aware of parent-child window. Act with awareness. Yeah, I guess. And then let's commit this part. So Windows Server. When moving, move child windows in together with their parents. When moving a window, we will now move any child windows by the same position delta as the parent. This makes ComboBox pop-up list windows follow the window they were opened by, which looks nice. Yes, I do think that looks nice. So then, of course, we can still wedge something in between there. So what are you going to do about that? I guess, well, we should probably stop pretending that it's a tooltip for one thing. So, we probably need a new window type, maybe. Should we just... I don't... Like, I'm just thinking, what is the thing that makes this special? It's a different type of thing than a tooltip, but it's not a normal window. It's like, it's a pop-up window that should only put itself above other windows if the window it belongs to happens to be active. So it's like, it goes above in the window stack order. It's painted above Windows in its own window parent chain, but it does, Also, by the way, that move by thing that we did, move to, set rect. This is doing a set rect. We should do a, we should make sure that we do a set position without repaint. Move to, how's that different from set position? It's not. Okay. This is very weird here, but like we have these different functions that do the same things. Set position without repaint. I feel like that would be just as good, and then we don't repaint the child whenever we're moving it. So the Z-order thing is a bit iffy now, because the way that Z-order works is that we just define, Z-order is defined by the window type, and then also order in the window stack. So the window stack is traversed multiple times when we render. We go from back to front or from front to back, and then we go in categories. So like all the normal windows, and then all the tooltips, and then all the menus, and so on. But this dang ComboBox is a little bit special, right? Because it doesn't, like right now it's fine, because it's just sitting on top of something, but here, he should be on top of this guy, but not on top of this guy. So maybe the way we solve this is that we demote him to be a normal window, but when you click on a parent, the parent will look for any child, and if you click on the parent, then it will put the child above itself, so that it will become impossible to end up in this scenario, because here, since this is a normal window, the terminal window will just be above it, and here, if I click on wait, what's the issue here? If I click on anywhere on the parent, then this thing would become, oh right, yeah, because this wouldn't work if we just make it normal, because then if I click on the parent would go above the pop-up. So let's see how we do this. first, let me just amend that previous change so that we move together with the parent correctly. Oh, look at that frivolous white space change. I can't live with that. So much better. Okay. Yes, that's enough thinking. Let's demote him to a normal window. So in the combo box, we stop pretending that he's a tooltip, like that. And this is the wrong thing that I'm compiling. So I wanted to compile libgui and apps display settings and Windows Server, and then we sync and run. So now he's going to become just a normal window. I'll just show you what that looks like. So clickety-clack. Now this guy's a normal window. The illusion is totally fricked. And as you can see, when I reactivate the parent, this guy doesn't come up automatically. And that's a behavior that we can do first. So let's see. So this would be in make active, move to front and make active. If you call move to front and make active on a window, then we will say, we will just iterate through his children and move to front and make active the children. I think that will make sense. So let's see. For auto child window, this will be really crude, but we'll do it in a crude way. Window child windows. Move to front and make active child window. Okay, and then we'll have to expose those guys somehow. So we'll just weak putter to window, child windows, oh, we need a yeah, this is a little ugly. We have, yeah, let's expose it that way. I don't love exposing the vector here as mutable because I'm really only interested in the pointees, in the windows inside the vector being mutable, but because of the way the const correctness is laid out in Serenity, this is currently what we have to do. Anyway, so this guy would be if child window, then boom. Then we wrap. This is one of the most common things lately that I ask people to do when I do code review is please wrap multi-line statements in braces, because like this type of code is so ambiguous and weird looking to me at least, and this tiny little braces, they just disambiguate everything, and it's like so much nicer to look at. Because, you know, I know that the compiler will let you do this, and then like even this, and this, if you really wanted to. Like, it's not going to complain, but I'm going to complain. Anyway, so let's try this approach and see if this fixes the issue so that at least the ComboBox pop-up child window will pop over the display settings window whenever we click on the display settings window. Click. Look at that. That's pretty good. And this is really messy, the fact that you can have multiple of these guys at the same time. What even happens with that? They move together. So that's very diligent that they move together. We probably shouldn't allow you to have multiple of these open at the same time. That needs to be managed somehow I think we'll do that internally in libgui somewhere, but that's kind of, it's not part of the original problems I wanted to work on today, so we'll ignore this one for now, even though it's clearly not their perfect way. And these need to be non-movable, at least non-user movable. So, but this part is good, right? The fact that it goes on top. You can't put the parent above. Or can you put the parent above? No, you can't. You can do this, which is weird, but it's kind of a temporary thing that the window switcher lets you do. But ignoring that. So let's say that we can commit this as a separate change. So the Windows Server changes, I mean. Windows Server always don't allow parent to go above its children. Parent windows to go above their children. Whenever a parent window is moved to front, we now follow up by immediately moving its children to front as well. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward, but we're making progress. So now we're going to need a frameless window. So I think that'll just be some kind of a state in the create window message, maybe. So flag, rather. We have show title bar. Oh, we have show title bar. What does that do? Does anybody care about this? Show title bar? I don't remember using this for anything. Wait, do we actually use this? Set show title bar. Nobody calls this. I think we have an untested API on our hands. I don't remember adding this even. Let's just test it and see what it does. Maybe we used to use this for something and I totally forgot what. Set show title bar. And no. And no. Okie dokes. Cleep. Oh, dude, that looks so weird. I mean, it doesn't look right because it has a resizable edge, but it also looks a little bit right. Although this is not painting quite right. Like, there are pixels missing, and the left border is not the right size, but it's roughly good. See, it's a little bit of asymmetry, and then we have uninitialized pixels here. Okay, well, I guess we can just... Should we repurpose this flag? Or should we have a separate flag? What happens if we say show title bar and make it not resizable? No. Let's not get weird here. Let's have a separate flag so that we keep track of what we're doing. So we'll have bool borderless. Okay, and then or actually frameless, I guess, is the word we should use because that's what we call it. We call it a frame in the Windows Server anyway. So frameless. You know what? Let's be hygienic here. Let's first thing we'll do is we'll get rid of the show title bar thing. Show title bar, go away. Click, click, click. Because if we don't use something, we shouldn't be maintaining it like this. This isn't right. This system is complicated enough without all of the without having random things that are not used. I don't like having unused things. So wait, if no show title bar, but we should always show the title bar. And then it's used to compute the frame rect. If no show title bar, do this. So the offset is always 0, so we can remove the offset. Okay, and are we good? Oh, we'll get it's a big recompile. Maybe it won't take too long. If we just do a monster parallel. My computer can't really do that, or the build system can't really do it. Like, the build system is once again starting to crumble under us. The system is growing a little too fast. I really need to finish my CMake. I have a branch where I, like around Christmas or whatever, I was making a port to CMake, and I got stuck on some like little details that I couldn't quite get right. But the parallelism that you get when you build with CMake is like so much better than the parallelism that we have right now. Because even if I build parallel, it's still like it still doesn't link everything right. And I feel like somebody told me at some point how you can make it do that, but I'm not sure how. And all of these problems anyway would just go away if we use something like CMake. Come on. Anyways, we can probably write out a commit message here anyway, so this is all just a... Wait a minute, what was in this change right here? Okay, we don't care about that one, we care about everything else. Windows Server plus leave GUI. Remove unused window show title bar flag. Nobody was using this flag, so let's stop maintaining it. It's easy to add it back if we ever want the behavior. Okay. Then let's just verify that the world didn't just fall apart. That's a window. This is the display settings business. Everything looking okay. Okay, so then let's go and add the frameless thing. So after full screen, we'll have frameless. Bool frameless false full sc. Maybe we don't let you change this after the initial window creation for now, so we'll just something like that, and then in the Windows Server IPC frameless. Endless frameless. So in Windows Server client connection, create a window. We now have to care about the frameless mode. Window set frameless Message, frameless. Window. We have something window.h. So we'll add it here, frameless, default false, and in window, no, here, set frameless. Watch me write an uninteresting setter. And now, the equally uninteresting getter. Cool. And then in window frame, or window frame if you prefer, we will, when we compute the frame rect for a window, we'll just say if window is frameless, well, my friend, the frame rect is just a rect. Super simple. And when we want to paint a window frame, then again, my brother and my sister, if the M window doot is frameless, just do nothing. That is so gosh darn simple. So will this just work? I'm always wishing that these things would just work, but we'll see. Maybe we can parallelize here at least. J5. Oh, and we have to make sure we build this before the other guy. The amount of like random custom tailored build commands that I do is a bit it's a bit silly sometimes. But I get so like into the groove of being used to it that I forget to take this higher level perspective and look at like, well, you know, is it really reasonable to spend this much time hand tweaking build invocations? Like, where is the threshold where we actually start spending some time on build? Okay, so we just broke everything because, of course, because we touched the Windows Server protocol, then we have to rebuild everything. The almighty Windows Server protocol. But that's okay. So what are we actually changing now? We're making frameless windows, and then we should probably set up the ComboBox to be frameless so that we get the build the way we want it anyway. List window, set frameless true. That'll be good. I feel like I'm whining way too much about the build system today. I don't want to be whiny. That's not good. Alright, so this is definitely not frameless. So, did this even work? No, we still needed to relink display settings. And this is the part. I just mentioned that I was whining too much about the build system, but like that's the part that is confusing to me, that sometimes you think that you've done a full build and then you do another full build and then it actually relinks something that the previous full build didn't link correctly. And that's weird. Okay, now it's frameless. This guy doesn't go in between. And we have that behavior. I think that's pretty nice. Oopsie doopsie. Oh, actually, what happens here? So now this guy is the child of this guy. Or is he? Maybe he's not. Well, what if someone were... that part is weird too. Like, when a parent window is closed, it should really like nuke all of its child windows. But maybe that should happen on the client side, I feel like. But let's commit what we have here first. So commit Windows Server plus libgui add frameless window flag. Does what it sounds like. Frameless window flag. This allows you to create windows with no title bar or window frame. Great. And then guess we can commit that ComboBox change now. The GUI make ComboBox use frameless make ComboBox child windows list pop-up windows frameless. This is much better than the hack we had of making them tooltip windows, since frameless windows end up at the right layer in the window stack automatically and always get yanked above the parent window anyway. Simply by being child windows. Yeah. Alright, so then now it's weird though when you close the parent then the child remains. Like that's so weird. So we could do that on the Windows Server side, but it is a little bit weird. Actually, like I feel like if you interact with a parent in some way, like if I do this and then I click here, like shouldn't this really like make the ComboBox go away? Or okay, that did not work right. Monitor widget 95. What just happened? I selected something not very valid? What? What did I do? Oh, wait, I know what this is. This is that we have a black wallpaper and we can't bring up display settings because everything is screwed. So let's just resync the file system. Okay, so if I select something here, clickety-clack, that works. Too simple. I don't know exactly what I managed to do there. Did I somehow like click on some invalid thing? Okay, I'm not sure what I did wrong there, but there are definitely some kind of bugs lurking. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that if I click elsewhere here, I feel like shouldn't the ComboBox thing go away? If I have anything, or how should that work? Or should it just stay open like this if I do this? Or I don't know what's a good behavior here. Also, I feel like it's just a little nitpick, but like I feel like if I mouse down on one of these guys, it shouldn't dismiss the thing right away, but like it should become selected, and then when I like unmouse or whatever, when I mouse up, then it would actually change. It's a little bit jarring the way it just disappears on mouse down. Oh, look at that. And then it's all black down here. We should fix taskbar to grow when the screen grows. Okay, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So the thing I wanted to do was when this window goes away, the child should go away. So we can either do it in the Windows server, which feels very brutal, or we can do it on the client side, which feels a lot more reasonable. Although it is a bit tricky, because then you would have to go in the... Whenever a window is closed, we would have to traverse its entire core object tree and look for windows, and then close them. But maybe it's okay. Because the thing is, I don't like the idea of Windows Server having a different state about a window than the client, because if we change the window state on the server and then push that to the client, then we have this awkward little time window, right, where there's a desync between the client and server's idea of that window. Like the client thinks that that window is up, and the server thinks, no, I threw that window away, dude. So, don't like it. So I think we're going to drive this from the client. And we can do this in window, libgui window. So how about when we hide a window, this is where we tell the Windows server to destroy a window. I mean, one thing we could do here is we could make the destroy window reply with, it could have a response where it says like, I destroyed this window and also these windows. And then here we would just have to deal with the fact that he closed our children. What if we did it that way? Because then it's still synchronous, because this is a synchronous IPC message. Okay, so let's try that. So for, let's say, wait, response is this, and then child window ID in response destroyed windows. If, oh no, what do we have? Window from window ID. Yes, there we go. Oops. If window is so we've already nulled ourselves out here. Window from window ID, how does that work? It will look through all the reified windows. And we're no longer in that map here, so yeah, so this is fine. Okay, so if we find a window with this ID that was destroyed, then we will say window. I guess we can, essentially we want to do all of this stuff, right? So window did hide, did destroy, server did destroy. Yeah, that's, I'm just looking for the good name for that, but then we can do something like this, and then we just revert to some same state here. Server did destroy. And Yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so let's make sure that this guy has a response. Destroy window will respond with a vector of I32s. Destroyed window IDs. Oh, wait, hold on. I think we can't actually support this type because we don't have... Yeah, we have to help the IPC compiler here a little bit because he doesn't know about arbitrary vector types. He only knows about vectors and rects. So we'll have to help him a little bit. Not terribly complicated. We'll just vector of I32 is just a matter of value and then stream value and value. I guess that's okay. If stream, wait, how does this work again? Stream I forget how we check for errors in these situations. Buffer stream error. Oh. Read failure. Handle read failure. Okay, so if stream handle read failure, then return no putter. Okay. And then we also have to send this type of message correctly, so should probably write a generic vector encoder and decoder at some point, but right now we don't have that. Value in this and that. Server did destroy. Destroy window. So let's look at how that is handled here. So when we send a response, destroy window response, we have to include all of the IDs that we have to tear down. So guess we'll need a little bit of a helper for this. Client connection, destroy window. And we'll move all of this good stuff in here. Window ID. Destroy window. And I think here we'll have to do something clever like we can walk the children of the windows. So window, child windows. For auto child window in child windows. If child window, suddenly I become paranoid that the child window would have the same window ID as me. What if you would create a child window that has himself as his parent? We could probably disallow that at an earlier stage. But let's assert child window window ID is not window ID, because that would be really weird. And then we will destroy window, child window, set parent window. Here we should say if parent window, and if parent window ID is the same as my frickin' window, that is a clear-cut misbehavior. I'm going to make a window with itself as parent. I hope we never see this error message ever. Then who knows what's going on. Okay. Why can't we decode? What is wrong? Destroyed window IDs. So we are here. Okay, so IPC encoder needs to know about wait. Why is it confused about this? How do we normally do this? In rect, we define IPC decode, but that's decode, not encode. Windows server endpoint. Okay, so it's trying to do this, and this just doesn't work. And what did I say in the Windows Server IPC thing? Vector of I32, right? And I added that here. It's only in 2 places. Am I just forgetting to rebuild the... No? The destroyed window IDs. Wait, why does this work for the rects then? I don't get it. Let's look at some rects. So when we do invalidate rect, oh, but wait, maybe is this response encoding maybe? Windows server endpoint. This is something response, and then we encode. So let's look at how that works. Message buffer encode. I haven't been working on the IPC stuff for a while either. I feel like I keep saying that about everything. Like, I haven't worked on this for a while. But why isn't it taking this path? It doesn't make any sense. So we're definitely in this fallback path here. Let's see, assert not reached. Is this not the right type? Well, we didn't even get there, so it's not taking that code path. So I guess we can log here then what the type was. So let's just do a comment parameter type. At least then we should be able to see in the output. Wait, now it's looking correct. Okay. And now you don't like it because you are trying to no matching function for this call. Destroy window response. Where is that? Client connection. Okay, yeah, we still have to give him a list of the IDs that we destroyed. Destroyed window IDs. Okay. And then we'll just collect them in there. So we'll say destroyed window IDs, append window ID. That's good. I feel a little bit like this patch is spiraling out of control a little bit. But we'll keep pushing because we are almost there. I just I'm not sure that I love this particular approach that we're taking here with the implicit destruction of child windows. But the fact that it happens synchronously, I think maybe makes it okay. It's just because in the client code, like in the libgui client-side code, there's nothing really that assumes that, outside of the window class, there's nothing that makes any assumptions about a window existing on the server side. So all of that is encapsulated in the window class in libgui. And since we are in the window class, when we're handling the recursive destroy, then we should be able to handle children being destroyed and updating all the state correctly. So what happens now if we do that? We get an assertion failure. Server connection 175. Assert not reached. So is that some message that we don't know how to parse? Yeah, it's probably libgui. Imagine having one of those 64-core machines. That would be something. One day. Alright. Come here, you clickety-clack. And it's a clean death. Poof. Everything dies. You know, I think that's pretty okay. Oh. So what did we really do here? We added vector i32 as a IPC compiler type. We can add that as a separate commit. So IPC compiler support for vector i32. Would be a lot nicer to support arbitrary vector t, but for now I'm only adding vector i32 since I need it for something. Okay, And then now, I guess we should test out some other random program, because oh shit, yeah, we have to recompile everything. Let me just recompile File Manager. I was just thinking we should make sure that it still works correctly when you close a secondary window in some random program. So we'll open up a Properties dialog, close it, everything's good, close it. This guy is not interactive, they move together, which is, in my opinion, slightly tasteful. Then this does look a little bit strange, but at the same time, I kind of like it. It's like, yeah, sure, this thing is modally blocking this one, but we'll still let you move the file manager. It's just that this guy comes along. I don't know yet if I like it. I have very mixed feelings. It's too late in the day to decide if I like it. But here, click. Okay. And oops. What about this guy right here? It's also modal. And if we have more of these, do they all go away? Yes, they do. Okay, I think we'll accept this for now. So Windows Server plus libgui automatically tear down child windows on close child windows with parent. If a window has child windows, when it's destroyed, the Windows server will now automatically tear down all of its children as well. This is communicated to the client program through a vector of window IDs sent with the response included with the response to Windows Server destroy window. No, that's fine this way. This does feel a little bit awkward, but managing it on the client side also seems a bit awkward. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. Maybe there's a better way. I'm not sure. Well, if we think of a better way, we can change this around. But for now, I think it's a decent enough approach to just recursively tear down child windows. Okay, so I think I'm going to be done here for today. I'm pretty happy with the progress. A lot of Windows Server libgui hacking. It's been a while since we did that. But this is clearly better than what we had before, so awesome. If you made it this far, then I thank you for sticking it out with me and for hanging out. And I hope something was interesting. And I see now that this thing down here is a remaining issue. We should make sure that it doesn't show up in the taskbar and that you can't do this. But I'm not going to get into that now because it's getting late. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Bye.